Ann Curry is an American television personality, news journalist and photojournalist. In June 2012, she became the National and International Correspondent anchor for NBC News and the anchor-at-large for The Today Show. She was co-anchor of Today from June 9, 2011 to June 28, 2012 and the program's news anchor from March 1997 until becoming co-anchor. She was also the anchor of Dateline NBC from 2005 to 2011. Early life and education. Curry was born in Guam to Bob Curry, an American from Pueblo, Colorado who is of Cherokee, French, German, Scottish and Irish descent, and Hiro Nagase, who is from Japan. Her father, a career Navy man, met her mother during the U.S. occupation of Japan following the Second World War. Although he was transferred out of Japan, he returned 2 years later to marry Nagase. Curry is the eldest of 5 children. Curry lived in Japan for several years as a child, attending the Ernest J. King School on the United States Fleet Activities Sasebo Naval Base in Sasebo, Nagasaki. Later she moved to Ashland, Oregon, where she graduated from Ashland High School. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in journalism at the University of Oregon in 1978. Career, 1978 to 1989. Curry began her broadcasting career in 1978 as an intern at then NBC affiliate KTVL in Medford, Oregon. There she rose to become the station's first female news reporter. In 1980, Curry moved to NBC affiliate KGW in Portland, where she was a reporter and anchor. 4 years later, Curry moved to Los Angeles as a reporter for KCBS-TV and received 2 Emmy Awards while working as a reporter from 1984 to 1990. 1990 to 2012. In 1990, Curry joined NBC News, first as the NBC News Chicago correspondent then as the anchor of NBC News at Sunrise from 1991 to 1996. Curry also served as a substitute news anchor for Matt Lauer from 1994 to 1997 at Today. From 1997 to 2011, she served as news anchor at Today, becoming the show's second longest-serving news anchor, behind Frank Blair, who served in that capacity from 1953 to 1975. During this time, she also served as a substitute anchor for Today. In May 2005, Curry was named co-anchor of Dateline NBC with Stone Phillips. She remained as the primary anchor when Phillips left in June 2007, until she replaced Meredith Vieira on Today in 2011. She was the primary substitute on NBC Nightly News from 2005 to 2011. Curry has reported on major international stories, filing stories from places such as Baghdad, Sri Lanka, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Albania, and Darfur. Curry hosted NBC's primetime coverage and highlights of the Live Earth concerts on July 7, 2007 and also contributed with interviews for the special with New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg and former Vice President Al Gore. Curry reported from the US Theodore Roosevelt during the invasion of Afghanistan in November 2001, and had an exclusive interview with General Tommy Franks. She reported from Baghdad in early 2003, and then from the USA constellation as the war in Iraq began. Ann was also the first network news anchor to report from inside the Southeast Asian tsunami zone in late 2004. On December 17, 2007, Curry bungee jumped off the Transporter Bridge in Middlesbrough, England to raise money for charity. Her jump was shown live on the Today Show at approximately 8:13 a.m. In 2009, Curry traveled to Iran where she interviewed then-President of Iran Mahmoud Ahmadinejad days before Ahmadinejad traveled to America to speak in front of the United Nations General Assembly. In 2011, Curry appeared in the first PBS Kids Sprout Kindness Counts PSA. Departure from Today. It was widely reported in June 2012 that Curry would be replaced as co-host of Today. Curry hired attorney Robert Barnett to represent her in her discussions with NBC. On June 28, 2012, Curry announced in an emotional broadcast on the show that she was leaving Today. She signed a new multi-year contract with the network as NBC News National and International Correspondent anchor and Today anchor-at-large. She leads a 7-person unit producing content and reporting for NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams, for which she also is a regular substitute anchor, Dateline NBC, Rock Center with Brian Williams, Today, and MSNBC. Curry also anchors multiple NBC News primetime specials. On August 9, 2012, Curry made her first post-departure appearance on Today, when she reported a story during the show's coverage at the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. The reunion with her former co-anchor, Matt Lauer, was described in the media as tense, awkward, and chilly. In September 2013, Lauer said he was disappointed in the way the media reported Curry's departure. Career timeline: 1978 to 1980, KTVL reporter, 1980 to 1984, KGW reporter and anchor, 1984 to 1990, KCBS reporter, 1990 to present, NBC News, 1990 to 1991, NBC News Chicago bureau correspondent, 1991 to 1996, NBC News at Sunrise anchor, 1994 to 1997, Today substitute news anchor, 1997 to 2011, Today news anchor and substitute anchor, 2005 to 2007, Dateline NBC co-anchor. 2005 to 2011, NBC Nightly News substitute anchor, 2007 to 2011, Dateline NBC anchor, 2011 to 2012, Today co-anchor, 2012 to present, Today anchor at large, NBC News National and International Correspondent, NBC News Special Anchor. Charitable work: Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation, Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, Amriquez, Save the Children, MA Copyright Dessin Sans Frontières, Airline Ambassadors International, Bilden, Awards and Accolades, Emmy Awards, presented for coverage of the 1987 Los Angeles earthquake. Another presented for reporting on the explosion of a San Bernardino gas pipeline, and a third in 2007 for her reporting on NBC Nightly News about the Darfur crisis. Golden Mike, presented by Radio and Television News Association of Southern California, Certificate of Excellence, Associated Press, Gracie Award, presented by the Foundation of American Women in Radio and Television, Excellence in Reporting, presented by the NAACP, National Journalism Award, presented by the Asian American Journalists Association, 2003, Pioneer Award, presented by University of Oregon, 2003, Hall of Achievement Induction, University of Oregon School of Journalism and Communication, 2002 Commonwealth Award of Distinguished Service, presented by PNC Bank for Outstanding Achievements in Mass Communications, 2008, Honorary Doctorate in Journalism from Southern Oregon University on 62/2010. After giving the commencement address, Curry received an honorary degree from Providence College in Providence, Rhode Island on May 16, 2010. She received an honorary doctorate from Wheaton College in Norton, Massachusetts on May 22, 2010, where she also delivered the keynote address to the graduating class. The address briefly gained national news attention as she cited several famous alumni in her speech, only one of whom had graduated from the college. All the other alumni had graduated from the Wheaton College in Illinois. Curry later apologized for the gaffe. Ann Curry Scholarship for University of Oregon School of Journalism and Communication Broadcasting Students, 2002, member of the Board of Directors of the International Women's Media Foundation, member of the Board of Trustees of the University of Oregon. Personal life: Curry was raised Catholic by her mother, who was a convert to the religion. Curry is married to Brian Ross, a software executive, whom she met in college. They have a daughter, Mackenzie, and a son, William Walker Curry Ross. The family lives in New Canaan, Connecticut. References. External links: Ann Curry on Twitter, Ann Curry at the Internet Movie Database.